Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of Euripides' Alkestis. I've been just reading through the prologue and I got up to last time line 64. So Apollo and Thanatos, Death, have been verbally dueling with each other, and Apollo's insisting that Death stop doing what he's doing. Death says, "You can't make me do it." And then at the end we have these two little short sections, one from Apollo and one from Thanatos. So Apollo says, "Amen supause kaipe omos on agan." So Amen, surely indeed you will cease. It's very emphatic. You will indeed cease. And we get kaipe plus a participle. Although being excessively omos, savage. It's a very strong word. So even though you're excessively harsh or savage, you will cease. Toios pheretos aesi pros domus anea, Euristios pempsantos, hypeon meta. Ochema threkes ek topondus chaimeron, hos de xenothes tois den admetu domus, bia gunai catendis sexai resatai. So he says, literally, such a man, Haisi, this is from Amy Ibo, so will come. It's just the third person singular from Amy Ibo. Such a man will come to the house, literally houses, plural for singular, of Pheres. This is the genitive. Pheres is the name, and this is Pheretos is the genitive. Now, who is this man? Well, the audience will recognize who it is in the next little bit, because he's got a little genitive absolute here saying Eurystheus having sent him. And the audience at this stage will know that he's referring, of course, to Herakles, whom Eurystheus sends off to perform various tasks and labours. So such a man will come to the house of Pheres, Eurystheus having sent him. You'll notice the accent on meta means it's referring to the word before, so he comes after, he's looking for, Hypeion Ochema. Now, literally, if you just look at the words, this means a horsey chariot. And Ochema, certainly in Homer, was a chariot, probably connected with echo, to hold, because if you step up into a chariot, it holds you as it goes along. So you get Ochema. Now, although it's a chariot was drawn by four horses, and the meaning moves on, as often happens in Greek, you get metonymy, the change of the movement from one meaning to another. So this horsey chariot really probably better translated the four horses that are represented, that drag the chariot. So having sent him after the four horses from the wintry places of Thrace. You can see the chime here, root of winter, and dus, the unpleasantly wintry place, from the unpleasantly wintry places of Thrace. Hoste, and he indeed, or he in fact, xenothes, this is an aorist passive participle, being entertained, it's a bit like xenisdo, but this is xenoo, being entertained in the halls or in the houses of Admetus, or in these houses of Admetus, I should say. And this will be a deictic form, so the actor at this stage will be gesticulating. So in these houses of Admetus, ex hieresatai, from ex hiereo, he takes a double accusative here, so he will take this woman here from you, bia, by force. So he will take this woman from you by force. Kuthe perhemen soi genesatai charis drases thamoios taut apekthese temoi. Now we get rather compacted information in these two lines. The sense of it, which I'll give before I go through and translate it, the sense of it is, if you give her up now, then you'll be doing me a favour. You're going to have to give her up anyway, but in that case, if you don't give her up until you're forced to, you will incur my hatred. So all of that is collapsed into these two lines, which I'll do literally now. The kuth here is from kai and ute. The e elides before the vowel, and the tor gets aspirated before the hey. So, and nor will there be a favour from us to you, literally, so perhaps gratitude might be better, nor will there be any gratitude to you, parahemon, on our side, durases, and nevertheless you will do these things, so you're going to be forced to give her up, and you will be hated by me. This is from epekthanomi, the verb here, to be hated. So you will be hated by me. This is going to be a middle future here. So he says, and there will be no gratitude on our side from us to you. Nevertheless, you will have to do these things, and you will be hated by me. Now at this stage, what's happening on the stage? Well, perhaps Apollo now begins to walk off to leave, and then Thanatos now gives the final section of the prologue. Pol an sulexa sudenan pleon labois, heidiun gune kates en eis haidu domus, steke decauten hos kataxamai xiphe, hieros gahutos ton kataktonos theon, hotu todenkos kratos hagnise trika. So Death says, you, having spoken, aorist here, many things. Now we get a slight bit of idiom here. It's lambano plus pleon, to take more, and so to get the advantage over. And we're getting an optative here with an, and the uden is adverbial in no respect. So we would say you will get no advantage from it. So although you've spoken many things, you really haven't achieved anything. You would get no advantage from them. But she, therefore, the woman, therefore, Cat Ac, this is from Cat Amy Ibo, so she will go down into the houses of Hades. Steko debauten hos kataxamai xiphe. Hieros gahutos ton kataktonos theon, hotu todenkos kratos hagnise trika. Which I think I read before. But I will go after her, so that, now kataxamai is a technical religious term. It means to make a beginning of the rite. R-I-T-E. This is from xyphos. This is a dative, third declension. Toxyphos is a sword. Now he's not going to kill her, he's going to cut off a lock of her hair. And that's what he means by to make a beginning of the rite, by cutting off her hair to dedicate her to the gods below. So I will go to her, and so that I might make a beginning of the rites with this sword. For, now do this literally, hutos, this man is, hieros is sacred, is a sacred thing of the gods below the earth. So we would say is sacred to the gods below the earth. So that man is sacred, of whom or perhaps from whom this sword, or of whom this sword might sanctify or might consecrate the tricker the hair of their head. So, in other words, of whosoever's of whomever this sword might sanctify a hair of their head, that one is sacred to the gods below the earth. Enkos in Homer often used the spear, but by the time you get to Greek tragedy, enkos often means a sword, and it does here because it's agreeing with this xephos, which is definitely a sword up here. So that's the end of the prologue of the Alkestis of Euripides.